Hello, I am Vivek Khond, Department of Mechanical Engineering, GH Raisoni College of Engineering, Nagpur. I am teaching the subject Engineering Graphics. This subject is very important for every engineers for communication in a drawing. So, it is a language of engineers, and that is why this subject is very important for everybody. Whenever you want to draw the drawing, that drawing should be correct in a particular sign and conventions, otherwise you will lose your time, money and other resources. So, that is why the drawing is very important subject, and every engineer should know the basics of engineering drawing to get the knowledge of engineering drawing. Otherwise, there is a very important loss of sources due to the loss of this particular drawing. So, drawing is always consist of, there is a various issues, like first issue is correctness of the drawing. So, it is very important correctness of the drawing. When you draw the drawing of any particular object, you should have the correctness, you should have the proper rules and regulation for that particular drawing. Second thing is, you have to remember, that is reading of that particular drawing. So, you should know the proper readings, otherwise you cannot draw the drawing properly. So, that is why this drawing is very important subject. Whenever you want to draw the drawing, you have to use the different instruments, you have to use the different softwares like software, AutoCAD software, then IntelliCAD softwares. So, on that basis you can divide the drawing into two categories. First one is manual drawing and second one is engineering graphics. So, graphics is generally drawn with the help of different softwares like AutoCAD. AutoCAD is a very important software for drawing the drawing. So, this is very important software. You can draw the various object by using this AutoCAD software. So, that is very important for every engineers to learn the AutoCAD. So, from this particular year you are taking the drawing on the AutoCAD software. So, that software is very important. There is very different types of object like hexagon. Hexagon is one of the object which can be drawn on a AutoCAD software. So, that can be drawn by using the polygon command. When you type the polygon command and enter, you have to enter the number of sides of that particular polygon to get the hexagon. Suppose the hexagon is there, so you have to enter the 6 sides to get the hexagonal figure. Similarly, there are different commands like circle. Circle can be drawn by using this particular software by typing the circle in a command prompt to get the radius and diameter of that particular circle. So, likewise there are different commands which can be useful for drawing the drawing by using that particular software. So, this is very important for every engineers. Then this particular drawing subject basically consists of 6 units, which first unit consists of, that is introduction. In introduction you are getting the different types of lines and their uses. Then second unit is projection of theory or projection of objects. So, projection of objects is basically depends on the different conditions. Then third one is section of solid. So, this is also one of the important topic related with the engineering graphics. Then fourth one is development of solid. So, whenever you want to draw the projection, so projection is nothing but it is just a projecting a object on a plane. So, when you want to project the object on a plane, you will get the view, that view is called as projection. So, there are different types of projections and that will be considered as a very important as a part of the engineering drawing. So, particularly there are three types of planes. First plane is horizontal plane, second plane is vertical plane, and third plane is profile plane. So, if you consider the example of horizontal plane, so this wall can be this floor can be the horizontal plane, the wall which is perpendicular to this floor can be vertical plane, and the profile plane is this plane which is perpendicular to both the planes. So, when you project the object on a profile plane, you will get the end view of that particular object or side view, it is called as side view of the object. And when you project the object on vertical plane, you will get the front view. So, this is very important view, front view is very important, and if you project the object on horizontal plane, you will get top view. So, these three types of views are very important in a drawing. If you draw this correctly, you can produce the correct product, otherwise you will lose the time, material and money and other resources also. So, that is why this engineering drawing is very important for drawing the top view, side view and front view. Whenever if you want to produce a disc, circular disc, suppose I will give the example of circular disc. So, drawing of the circular disc is drawn by the engineers. This is a drawing which is drawn by the engineers, and this is another drawing I am drawing this, drawn by the engineers. So, whenever you want to circulate this drawing, so there are two types of drawings, this is the first one and this is the second one. In first one, you are not mentioning the dimension of that particular drawing, and if you give this particular drawing to the manufacturer, he will produce the different objects, circular objects having different diameter. So, that is not useful for the purpose of that particular purpose. So, out of this if you produce 100, out of that only 2 or 3 can be useful for the particular purpose, and you will lose the money, material and time. But if you produce this particular drawing with having the dimension, so this dimension everybody can, particular engineer will produce the disc of this 10 mm diameter. So, that is why this will very useful for noting the dimension on the drawing, otherwise you will lose the money, material, man and other resources. So, also reading of this particular drawing is very important, because if you know the phi is nothing but it is a diameter, otherwise you cannot produce the proper object of that particular dimension. Similarly, dimension is very important part of the any drawing. So, there are different types of dimensions. So, you can have the different types like parallel dimensioning. You can have the parallel dimensioning, which is very important for dimensioning, parallel dimensioning. Second one is chain dimensioning. So, these two types of dimensioning are there, which are very useful for indicating the dimension on the any object. If you consider the object which is just a stave shop, and now if you want to give the dimension to this particular object, so this dimension, just you are using the dimension line as a chain. So, that is why this is chain dimensioning. Similarly, if you draw the dimension for this side, so dimension lines are parallel to each other, dimensions lines are parallel to each other, and that dimension lines are parallel to each other, that is why this line is called as parallel dimensioning. So, dimensioning is also very important part of the particular object. Then regarding the projection of object or projection of any particular solid, when you want to project, that means you have to draw the top view, front view and side view, because you want to know the details of the object. Whenever you want to details, you have to draw the top view, front view and side view. Every time you do not know the internal details, so for that you have to draw the top view, front view and side view. So, projection is nothing but projecting the object on a plane. Projecting the object on a plane is called as projection. Then there are different planes like horizontal plane. If you project the object on horizontal plane, you will get the top view. If you project the object on vertical plane, you will get the front view. If you project the object on profile plane, you will get the side. So, these three views are very important regarding the object. So, whenever you take this system, this is one of the system where you can have the horizontal plane, vertical plane, so this is vertical plane and this is horizontal plane. So, this system is called as coordinate system. Any object, if you consider this is the object, and if you project this object on a horizontal plane, you will get the top view, and if you project the object on a vertical plane, you will get the front view. So, that is why this projection system is also very important. Then there is a section of solid. For example, if you want to show the internal details in a drawing, in that case you have to cut that particular object by using the section plane. So, that particular projection is called as section of solid. Whenever you want to project the projection of that particular object, and if you know the internal details, that can be produced easily. So, for that purpose the section of solid is generally used. Similarly, there are development of solid. When you have to develop, so whenever you want to develop that, you have to make it development. So, development is nothing but opening the solid on a plane of paper. For example, if you want to draw the development of cylinder, so you have to open that cylinder on a plane of paper, you will get a rectangle. If you want to develop the cone, in that case you have to open that cone in such way that you will get the triangular surface. Similarly, for the different objects. So, development is also very important in terms of sheet metal works. The application of the developments are very important, like sheet metal works. Then in boiler, whenever you want to design a boiler, you require some development work. If you do not have the knowledge of development, you cannot produce the development of that particular object, and you cannot produce that object. So, boiler is very important example of the development of solid. Similarly, there are different like projection of line. So, projection of line is also very important part of this particular subject, that is called as engineering graphics. So, projection of line means whenever you want to draw the projection, you have to keep that line with reference to horizontal plane and with reference to vertical plane, and then you can draw the projection, or you can project that particular line on that particular plane to get the top view, front view and side view. So, this is very important for part of the engineering graphics. So, all these things are depends on the visualization. If you proper visualization is there, then you can draw the proper drawing. If you have the proper knowledge of dimensioning, you can have the proper drawing. Otherwise, you cannot draw the proper drawing without knowing the basics of the drawing. And if you not draw the correct drawing, that means you have lost the money, material and all the resources, and that cannot be useful for the any particular country or any particular company. Thank you.